çeyrek asırlık bir markanın Rönesansı başlıklı sunumları için Silk & Cashmere CMO Ferhat Zamanpur ve Think Positive kurucusu Antonio Marsocci'yi sahneye alacağız. Buyurunuz.
It might seem crazy what I'm about to say. Sunshine, she's here, you can take a break. I'm a hot air balloon that could go to space. With the air, like I don't care, baby, by the way. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Clap along if you know what happiness is to you. Clap along if you feel like that's what you want to do. Here come bad news, talking this and that. Well, give me all you got and don't hold it back. Well, I should probably warn you, I'll be just fine. No offense to you, don't waste your time. Here's why. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Clap along if you know what happiness is to you. Clap along if you feel like that's what you want to do. Clap along if you feel like a room without.
Merhabalar herkese. How is everybody? Good. Glad to hear. Sorry, I'm English, so
We're gonna have a bilingual talk. Öncelikle Türkçe başlayacağım, ondan sonra İngilizce devam edeceğiz. Şimdi bugünkü konuşmamızın ismi çeyrek asırlık bir markadaki Rönesans. Öncelikle çok kısa bir sorum olacak. Silk & Cashmere markasını tanıyan kaç kişi var mesela sen? Tamam, güzel, okey. Ben Silk & Cashmere markasının CMO'suyum. Çok kısa, bilmeyenler için markamızın hikayesini anlatayım. 1992 yılında annemin bir kaşmir keçisinin peşinden İç Moğolistan'a gitti ve 25 yılda 26 ülkede 200'e yakın satış noktasına ulaştığımız bir markamız var. Silk & Cashmere dünyadaki ipek ve kaşmire özelleşen tek marka. Erkek giyim, kadın giyim, ev tekstili, çocuk için çok güzel, çok değerli ürünler yapıyoruz. Ankara'da birkaç mağazamız var, belki görmüşsünüzdür. Bu konuşmamızda zaten çok güzel bir marka festivalindeyiz. Biz de markamızı geçtiğimiz yıllarda yeniledik ve biraz bunu anlatmak için geldik. Şimdi 25 yıllık bir markayı bir anda yenilemek büyük bir karar, önemli bir karar, riskli bir karar. Çünkü sonuçta oturan bir kitle var, oturan bir imaj var, oturan bir havası var bütün olayın ve bunu değiştirmek büyük bir risk. Ama biz yenilen ya da yenil felsefesine inandık ve gerçekten de 1992'de başlayan ve çok güzel bir tarihçesi olan, çok güzel gerçekten de müşteriyle iletişimi olan bir markayı artık biraz yenileme vakti geldiğini düşündük. Ve bunun için de 500 gün süren, videoda izlediğiniz gibi 500 gün süren bir sürece girdik. Şimdi İngilizceye geçeceğim çünkü bu süreci Antonio ile beraber yaptık. So now I'm gonna switch over to English.
okay, that's good.
So basically I was explaining how we came to the decision to rebrand. We said that along with the times, we have to renew or we'll lose, and even though it's a very risky thing to change a quarter-century-old brand, to make a big change in it, it was a decision that we made for the sustainability of the brand. And I know that in this conference they talked a lot about sustainability, brand sustainability, and so our rebranding was partially to make the brand more sustainable.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, at the end of the day, a brand needs to innovate all the time. You know, any business is above all in fashion. When you're talking about brand, people want to see something new, want to recognize what the brand has been there for 25 years in this case, could be 50 years, could be 10 years, but you always need to renovate yourself and relaunch and inspire the public on that.
Exactly. And when we were doing this, we didn't want to do something small or incomplete. We really wanted to do it in the best way that we possibly could. So to do this, we looked west. We said, okay, we're gonna search for this for the answer to this process from the Western retail world, which I believe is the top of the retail world. So we decided to work with agencies and consultants who we really believe were experts and who we really trusted, Antonio being one of them. So what we did, we started working with Antonio. This was 4.5 years ago. We also went to London and we started working with a London-based branding agency, and we briefed them on exactly what we wanted. We wanted a change in the brand, but we didn't want to completely lose the heritage of the brand. The heritage of the brand, the respect the brand had, the image of the brand, these were all the strong points for us. So we wanted to renew, we wanted to revitalize, we wanted to refresh, but we didn't want to lose the essence of the brand. So we, together with Antonio and the agency, we had many briefs and workshops on how we can do this, because there's many details to the process, from the name change to the logo change to all the details you can imagine. It was a 500-day process from start to end. If you want to add your part there.
Yeah, so exactly what we decided is, of course, to rebrand mainly from the branding perspective, so the communication perspective, which is exactly the creating a full package of the logo, the colors of the company, the website, to make it all cohesive and to make a real renaissance from the first steps that the consumer at the end sees.
Yeah, and it was a very detailed work. It was a very fun project. It was a very exciting project. Of course, as I said, it was risky, but at the same time, the fact that we were doing something so new, the fact that we were doing something exciting to this known brand was also a lot of fun. But we put a lot of effort to make sure that it wouldn't scare the core customer base. We wanted people to see that there was a change, but we didn't want them to be scared of that change. So that was a delicate balance that we had, because we really did not want to alienate our core customer base. They are the most valuable asset we have. And when we were doing this together with the agency, that was something that we paid a lot of attention to. And as I said, it was a very detailed work that I want to very quickly go through. So the brand book that we came out with at the end of this rebranding project covered everything that we possibly could need for the new page of the brand. For the direction, we had a slogan. We wanted to be the world's most loved cashmere brand. Our goal wasn't to have the most number of stores. Our goal wasn't to have the most number of products. Our goal wasn't to have the most customers. It was to have the most real connection with the customers. It was to be the most loved cashmere brand. So that's what we made our slogan. That's what we made our direction. And we recognized our 4 pillars: quality, expertise, and innovation, because since we only deal with 2 fibers, silk and cashmere, we need to be as creative as possible with these 2 fibers. Range, we have to have a wide range of products, and our goal was also always, since the beginning of the brand, to really serve a good value. So not to be ultra luxury and really high priced, but have a good value for the customer. We went through our brand statement, the tone of voice, how we will communicate with our customers. We went through the official colors, the logo for the regular logo and the store logo. It's scaling, the color guides, the incorrect usage, correct usage, the fonts, the typography. We did our marquee, which you can see it's a goat. So many brands have their mascot. So since the cashmere goat is our mascot, we had a marquee of that. The scaling, we made a pattern with this goat that we use in many of our products. The colors, we did a visual palette of how we want our brand to look. We want it to look simple. We want it to look natural. We want it to look accessible, friendly, and examples of how that would work on brochures and ads and adverts, how the website will feel, the stationery, the packaging, the bags, different sizes for the envelopes, the gift envelopes, all the other stationery, the tags, receipt holders, button envelopes, garments, accessories, from the zippers to the buttons to the plaquettes, how it will look on the scarves, placement, angles, and finally how it will look at the actual store. So as you can see, it was a very, very detailed process. It was the rebranding of every component that the brand has, and it definitely took a lot of time. But at the end, if we talk about where it led us, and if we talk about what it created for us, what do you think it gave us?
I think it gave us what we wanted, so which is actually, reposition the brand in the new millennium, but keeping all the heritage of the brand and keeping and nurturing our clients for 25 years, but at the same time gave us the scope and the attraction to new generation clients. Really,
that's actually an important part, because as silk and cashmere, one of our challenges was that our target market and our customer, it was the mature audience. So especially from the young generation, we would often hear, it's my mother's brand or it's my grandmother's brand, and that's a challenge for a brand, because the youth, obviously the mature market isn't getting any younger, but the youth is getting older. So we also felt the need to tap into the young market, and to do this, we had to be a bit more new school. We had to be a bit more exciting. We had to include a bit more of what the youth wants. And so during this process, which, by the way, the entire rebranding process, we called it our Renaissance. That's how we labeled it. That's how we also called it in-house too. And to top it off, we also made a Renaissance collection. Basically, it was 5 to 10 piece for women and also for men of really rock and roll products, of cashmere products that our customers weren't expecting, or very cool, modern, edgy cashmere products that would also attract the young market. So there was ripped garments, there was very cool, Gian Bonomo style, flowy garments, camouflage, and so that was something that we also did to win over the young market.
And it's been successful one. It's really happened.
and-
I mean, the response has been amazing already. Straight away the response was amazing. It's improving, move every day. All the
Yeah.
time we launch new Renaissance pieces, and actually the audience and the clientele, accepting that and come to the stores.
Yeah,
and
so
it's
so we definitely have a young audience now that we did not have before. From the 20s to the 35 range, we have these people coming into our store. We have these people shopping online, which is very exciting for us. So overall, in terms of how it went for us, it was a risky move, as I said in the beginning, but it was something that we did very carefully. It was something that we dedicated a lot of time for the detail, and overall it helped us not only refresh ourselves and also make our brand more sustainable, but also allowed us to gain a young audience that we did not have before. So overall, in terms of the feedback that we've had from our existing customers, it was 99% very positive. Everyone recognized the change and they were excited for the change, and it also made us more excited, made us more, it pushed us to also do more. And at the beginning when I said yenilen ya da yenil, it's something renew or lose.
Yeah.
It's something that we really do believe in. Brands are brands because of their stories, but because time changes, that the story needs to change at times too. And the important thing is to do this before it's too late. We did it at a time where it allowed us to make this change before it was too late, before people were bored of the brand, or before they thought it was too old school, or before they lost interest. So I think it's very valuable also to make the timing earlier rather than sooner. Change the story or renew the story at a time where it's gonna keep people's interest for a long time in advance. And let's talk a bit about you.
Yeah, well, tell you a little bit about me and how, following up the concept from Ferhat, how is important Renaissance in actually in any single brand. I can't see the presentation, but we'll do
Bir
it.
sonraki sunuma geçebilir miyiz lütfen?
Let's see. Oh, the one.
Yes.
Okay, it's coming up. So first of all, just give you a date who am I, just briefly, because you're not to hear about me here. You'll be up with that. So I'm Italian, but living in London since 20 years. So I think as a consultant, I'm bringing the Italian flavor for fashion combined with the economic and experiences of the Western world in retail and in the fashion brands. So what I want to discuss today to carry on with Ferhat is what's make a brand renaissance, how we can stay successful and remain successful. Again, just a big things of what I do. I enter in the company and I work with the owner of the company, like Ferhat in this case, and we covering all the aspects of the company. So from the financial to the structure of the collection, to the marketing, to the visual, to the retail, to the decom, to the wholesale, and to the distribution. So what we do actually is not one spot, but is all of it, is all the package. We are, because the success of any organization is not just the success of one part of it, but is the success of each single part. Who am I? I'm Italian. I got 25 years old, and I've been working like this for more than 20 years. And
You started at age 5.
yes, basically. Yeah. You can see that. And my clients, Turkey has become one of my biggest markets just because I love Turkey. I love the people, and for me, has become really my family, really. All the Turkish people, I really feel as an Italian being part of the Turkish culture is really similar. So that's why since 5 years, thanks to Ferhat, that we met for for really occasional, like out of the blue, then I'm coming to Turkey and I spend 2 weeks every month. But my client portfolio is something like Gucci, Dior, Perrier is in America, Etro, Giorgio Armani. So basically, we are not, the portfolio is quite high profile as well outside Turkey. Just I want to pull a point. So let's go back to what I want to pull a point a little bit today, just to reflect as well some parts that we did with Silk and Cashmere. What makes actually a brand, renaissance, and what makes it successful? The most important things is there are 5. Sounds stupid, but there are 5 basic things for a successful brand. The most important things is you need to be detail focused. So before, as Ferhat would say, we launched the Renaissance, but it's been lots of work to be done to achieve that. Nothing comes from in one day, in a week, in a month. It takes time because everything needs to be planned and detailed, and the right things needs to be chosen in the right way. One of the important things is the success of a brand is always linked to something, which is the logo. For instance, in this case, what we did with Silk and Cashmere is the 5 icon. We did the logo and the colors. And the colors in a company, in a brand, is really important. If you think in Starbucks, what do you think? Green. So if you think in H&M, what do you think? Red. So colors is really important. So when you branded a company and you want to make a renaissance of it, logo and color is what you need to be really successful on. Third thing, most important, you can't really make everybody happy. So you need to choose what you want to make happy. And in Silk and Cashmere, we chose that we want to make happy our all clients because it's our core business, and we want to make happy some new generation, and that's what we did. So we chosen what our target market, who is our clientele, and in that way we focus on developing the brands towards that. 4 things really important. Nobody in this world knows everything, so you need to ask for advice. Companies, brands, they may be strong in design, they may be strong in retail, maybe they are strong in something else, but in one point of the organization, they need help. And in that case, everybody should be able to say, okay, hands-on, I need, distribution, I need e-com expertise, I need digital marketing expertise. Expertise is down there to be brought inside your organization. Most important things, as Ferhat would say, you need to like what you do, you need to enjoy what you do,
Be excited
about it, and believe about it. Because if you're excited, believe about it, then you can transfer it to everybody else. Second point, really important nowadays, as what we did with the Renaissance as well, is the millennials. Does anybody know who are the millennials? Anybody? No. So millennials are 80 billion people in the world. So 80 million, people in the world. And millennials are the generation that they grown up, they born end of 2000, at the beginning of 2000. Millennials are the people that actually they're going to purchase any brands now or soon. So the millennials are your any brand target audience now. Why is now? Because you need to start to nourish the millennials now in order then to acquire them in the future. What does it mean? Burberry. Okay, so I'm a 18, 19, 20 years old guy. I can't afford a Burberry coat because I'm working as a student. But what Burberry does, or Vuitton does, or Gucci does, makes you buy the makeup, makes you buy the parfum, makes you buy small accessories. So in that way, you actually targeted the millennials when they are young, and then you hook to the brand, and then when they become 29, 30, 35, 40, and they're actually successful in the business, then they can afford a bag. They can afford a Dior bag, probably. And so those are the people that, with the Renaissance now also we are targeting, because with the Renaissance we have this younger crowd, which then will follow us as the mother did, the mother are now. The millennials are the most important as well because they're changing the way we are shopping at the moment. So the millennials are the future in e-com, in the retail, and I will explain a little bit more. Another important factor is to make a renaissance nowadays. Everybody follows bloggers. Everybody follows celebrities. So, you know, blogging celebrities is something that any brand needs more and more look at. And it's, you know, it's not as difficult as it sounds really, because, you know, all the celebrities, they found themselves connected to a product. So it's just a question to identify which celebrity you like, then present, and you think they fit with the brand. The fit with the brand is really important because, of course, if you're a conservative brand and then you choose a celebrity which is then is being seen, you know, partying at 5 o'clock in the morning and getting naked in the streets, and you are Giorgio Armani, that won't fit, you know. So, but at the same time, if you're H&M, that will fit. So, it's important the choice. It's important then to connect to them, reach to them, understand what they need. Some of them, they're really happy just with clothing sponsorship. Some of them, they want to be paid. But then again, if there is a budget there, you can pay, the return of investment is really massive because actually they do generate lots of return. But again, the return needs to be monitored. One of the important things that we start to do now, we're working with Silk and Cashmere. I'm quite proud to say that we are working on that. We're talking about is customization. So now more and more people want something different. People, okay, don't want anymore the products, only the product. They want to make the product their own product. You know, anybody knows Nike was the first one. You go in the store, you choose your color on the screen. But now it becomes more and more what is expected. It's expected in the stores, it's expected online. So through customization, then you're making not only by the product, but you're making the client to personalize the product to what they like or what they feel like. Burberry, for instance, Louis Vuitton is one of the examples now. If you see also Louis Vuitton in the slide, you know, you can personalize with the sticker even that you like. So you can do in stores, online. But most important for the branding, it's not just the experience, not just the hooking to the clients, but also it's profit. Because, of course, if you go in a store and you want this black t-shirt customized, then of course you're going to pay more. You're going to be paying more because you added some value, you added an experience, and it's good for the clients. It's good for the company, for the brand, because it's going to charge more for that. Visual is getting more and more important. So visual, everybody knows what is visual, no? As we say, we saw with Ferhat before, in the Renaissance, we did all the logo, the way the stores looking. We did also guidelines for the window, the inside, the packaging, and so on and so forth. You know, visual experience and the experience within the stores is more and more important now, not only because of how you actually present the brand, but also for the customer experience and to convert, really. At the end of the day, it's amazing, you know, how we go in the stores. Every time you're here, we spend one day in the stores. And it's amazing how just the two of us and our team going there and doing some changing in the displays, the day after you see the results. The day after you see, because the client comes in, see the things in a different way, the flow is much better, you're able to inspire them in a different way, even if the product is the same, and then it's convert. So visual is getting more and more important, and visual is getting more important as well because it needs to be integrated more and more with technology as well now. And in fact, I mean, the future now is what is now, but it's really the future. And I just want to leave you with these thoughts. It's about, you know, we say about store experience where people actually go inside, and they used to want to talk to the sales assistant. They do as well, but now what they do, they go in the apps, they take the picture of the clothes, they search the price, then maybe they have an app that shows how the clothes, that jumper fits on them without even going to the fitting rooms. They have a straight away when in the store, they share it with their family and their friends to think what they think about that, and they purchase that. That is the client from their side, but if you want to think at the back end, and this is not utopistic, that's what's happening now, There are some companies, Amazon or other big company, they are able to, through robot system, IP system, they are able to read the liking on Facebook, on Instagram of the people, and through those liking, there is a robot, a computer that able to transform those into a design garment, and the design garment goes straight away to the supply chain, and the garment hit the shops. I'm talking about fast fashion, I'm talking about like Zara, H&M, you know, they are able, is existing now. And you know, it's really about reading now what you like and making an analysis of this data and making sure that you actually find in the store, in their own store, as quick as possible. So this is not, you know, it's not utopistic. That is happening already now, as well as happening now that, you know, we were saying before celebrity bloggers that actually making trends, yeah? Now there's also apps, there's also intelligence by which, again, analyzing your liking, analyzing your flannel on your different website that you serve in your social media, companies that are able to see what is going to be the trend in 6 months, you know, what's actually the celebrity are going to wear and what's the blogger going to wear, and they're going to be in the market before everybody else. So again, that is Renaissance. That is what your brand has to always be updated with. That is why a brand and a business is always changing. You know, it's about inspiring the clients, inspire your customers, and above all, making sure that you follow them and what they need and the way they shop and the way they, you know, they become part of your audience. That's what I wanted to discuss about that.
Yeah, and I think also the final maybe thing to add to this is what we were saying a bit before. When you're doing such a big change, when you're recreating your story, because every brand has a story, and when you're rebranding, you're retelling the story, so you're changing the story a bit. And I think it's very important that the people in the brand, so everyone who's a part of the brand, they also need to believe this change. They need to embrace this change. They need to be a part of this new story. If you're just making the change visually and in the stores, but the team is remaining the same, that won't fit. The customers, since we're very, very hypersensitive now, we can tell that that's not authentic. We can tell that doesn't feel right. We know when it's not real. So if there's a change in the visuals, but there's not a change in the people, then that won't fit. So I think when you're rebranding and telling this new story, it's very, very important that your entire team holds on to this new message and is a part of this new message too, so that when it translates to the customer, it feels right.
Yeah, believing is reality. You know, you need to believe in things as a team, and as Ferhat would say, and push for it, and then transfer it to the clients.
So I think what our final message should be: don't be scared of change.
Exactly.
When it's do it before it's necessary. Do it before rather than when it's too late. And just when you're actually doing it, when you're recreating that story, when you're recreating that brand, don't try to rush it. Don't try to do it fast and not look into the detail. Make sure you really work hard and go into every little detail to make sure that the new story is going to be a better one. It's going to be one that's embraced by more and loved by more. Right?
Exactly.
Thank you for your time.
Thank
Çok
you very
teşekkürler.
much. Thank you. Bye.
Tabii ki. Question. Biz teşekkür ederiz. Çok sağ olun. Tabii ki. Evet. Tabii ki. Tabii seve seve yaparım. Tabii ki seve seve yaparım. Öncelikle sorunuz için teşekkür ederim. Özellikle bu yıl dediğiniz gibi Black Friday çok işte basına çıktı, ne bileyim açıklamalar oldu, bayağı bir sosyal medyada da konuşuldu. Black Friday'i Türkiye'ye getiren marka biziz. 2012 yılında ilk Black Friday'i uygulayan marka biziz. Hikayesini eğer kısaca anlatmamı istiyorsanız, ben üniversite yıllarımı Amerika'da okuduğumda ilk 2004 yılında arkadaşımı ziyarete gitmiştim Boston'da ve işte Şükran Günü tatili vesaireydi ve o zaman işte Black Friday reklamı görmüştük arkadaşlarımla. Hadi gidelim bakalım ne oluyor, ne bitiyor, nedir bu, herkes konuşuyor falan demiştik. Gittiğimizde de gerçekten şeye gitmiştik. Rentham Village diye çok böyle devasa bir outlet şehri gibi bir şeye gitmiştik. Sabah 5'te gittiğimizde ben bekledim, böyle bekliyordum. Hani bomboş bir şey olsun, gidelim alacağımızı alalım 2-3 tane. Ondan sonra çıkalım Black Friday'de alışveriş yapmış olalım. Gittiğimizde çok iyi hatırlıyorum. Bir böyle vadiden çıktık. Aşağı inerken bir baktım böyle 10 binlerce araba. Herkes o saatte 5'te doldurmuş. Çılgın sıralar, mağazalara giriyorsunuz. İçeride sıralar dönüyor. Olağanüstü bir alışveriş var. Yani hayatımda hiç görmediğim seviyede bir yoğunluk vardı. Beni de bu çok etkilemişti. Çünkü Türkiye'de hiçbir zaman böyle bir şey görmemiştim. Tabii ki kampanyalar oluyor. Ne bileyim indirimler oluyor, promosyonlar oluyor, alışveriş günleri oluyor ama böyle bir şeyi hiçbir zaman görmemiştim. Yıllar sonra işte 2012 yılında da Türkiye'ye döndükten sonra anneme de demiştim. Anne gel işte Black Friday gibi çılgın bir şey gördüm. Türkiye'ye getirelim biz bugünü demiştim. Ondan sonra biz de perakende sektörüne gidip diğer markalara, çünkü perakende sektörü Türkiye'de çok güzel bir şekilde iç içe çalışan bir sektördür. Yani gerçekten de böyle herkes birbirine çok yardımcı olur, çok güzel bir iletişim vardır aramızda. Şey yaptığımızda, onlarla konuştuğumuzda yok Türkiye'de olmaz bu iş, Türkler anlamaz değil de işte Amerikan işi vesaire denmişti. Biz de dedik ki tamam, eğer sektör istemiyorsa o zaman biz yapalım. Biz kendimiz getirelim demiştik. Ve 2012 yılında işte Kasım'ın son cuması Black Friday adı altında, çünkü gerçekten de zaten ismi olan bir şey. Hani biz icat ettik diye demiyorum. Biz sadece getirdik Türkiye'ye. İlk Black Friday'i yaptık. Ve olağanüstü bir satış oldu. Yani olağanüstü dediğim gerçekten de 3 aylık bir satış oldu bir günde. Ondan hani biz bunun gücünü görünce, çünkü Black Friday Türkiye'de hani biraz bilinen bir şeydi. Çok duyulmamış bir şey değildi. Biraz bilinen bir şeydi. Neyse, o momentumla biz her sene gerçekten de 8 ay evvelden çalışmaya başlayıp Mart olduğunda hazırlanmaya başlarız ve 8 ay boyunca bu güne hazırlıkları yaparız. Sorunları çözeriz, işte dar boğazların üzerine gideriz vesaire. Şimdi Black Friday'in tarihçesine şey yaparsak, bazı konularda tabii ki Türkiye'de her ülkede olduğu gibi hassasiyetler olabiliyor, farklı hassasiyetler olabiliyor. Dini hassasiyet olabiliyor, sosyal hassasiyet olabiliyor, farklı hassasiyetler olabiliyor. Ama Black Friday eğer biraz araştırırsanız, hani benim dediğime güvenmek zorunda değilsiniz, internette zaten çok rahat bulabileceğiniz bir şey. Black Friday'in hiçbir şekilde en ufak bir dini anlamı, ifadesi, mesajı, hiçbir şey yoktur. Black Friday çok uzun bir zaman önce Amerika'da Şükran Günü'nden sonra yapılan alışveriş gününde Philadelphia'da o gün oluşan yoğunlukta, o gün oluşan işte trafik kazaları bilmem neler oldu. O günkü olaylar yüzünden Black Friday denmişti bir gazetede. Bir gazete öyle bir başlık attı ve o başlık tuttu. En ufak dediğim gibi bir dini, işte sosyal, politik mesajı olmayan, sadece o gün çok trafik kazası oldu diye Black Friday denildi. Ayrıca bütün yıl boyunca zararda olan şirketler o gün kâra geçtiği için de muhasebesel olarak zarar kırmızıyla yazılır, kârda siyahla yazıldığı için yine daha da oturdu ve öyle bir isim oldu. Yani ondan hani biz de tabii ki bu günü getirirken çok düşündük, aramızda çok tartıştık. İşte Türkiye'nin işte hani dini olarak bir hassasiyet, bir yanlış yapıyor olur muyuz vesaire diye çok düşündük ama dediğim gibi 30 saniyesini harcayıp bu araştırmayı yapan herhangi birisi görecektir ki bunun en ufak bir politik veya dini mesajı yok. Sadece bir alışveriş günü. Ondan hani bunu gerçekten de ne bileyim bazı gazetelerde görüyorum, işte Hristiyan oyunu ya da Batı'nın İslam'a karşı yaptığı bir şey. Yani hiç alakası yok. Öyle bir şey olsa zaten tabii ki getirmeyiz. Öyle bir şey olsa arkasında durmayız. Ama dediğim gibi bu alışveriş günü ve dünyanın en büyük alışveriş günü. Gerçekten de çok güzel indirimler, çok güzel bir iş yapmak için bir potansiyel var. Ondan işin bence bu kısmına odaklanıp, pozitif kısmına odaklanıp bu arkada biraz da oluşan artık mesaj kirliliğinde kapatıp gerçeğe bakılabilir düşünüyorum. Başka kısa bir soru varsa onu da cevaplamaktan memnuniyet duyarız. Duyamıyoruz. Çok teşekkürler tekrar. Çok sağ olun.
Teşekkür ederiz.